record. Should have been a red dot and record. That's it. Yeah. Okay. So this obviously you have the stabiliser hitch. That is obviously grease free. Obviously you talk about grease on your tow ball, grease free tow ball and paint free tow ball. So if you have a new tow ball, that's got to be cleaned off with the paint off it, because otherwise it will contaminate the head. And obviously it won't be working correctly. It's just there as a damper. It's not there as a complete end all of movement. It is there to slow that movement down. So if you still
get a little bit, you'll
or you stow stuff incorrectly, as in putting lots of weight at the back, you still will want to start doing that. No. Even though you've also got ATC, which I explained a little bit about, which works off 12 volts, which is the grey side, which you haven't got, so it won't be operating off your vehicle. But what that does, it detects that movement and it applies brake slowly enough. That's all it does. It's not a like
ABS.
where you have on your car. All it does, it just slows the caravan down. So you've got an angle of your car in a caravan like that, it slows the caravan down, the car just pulls it straight. So it's a real simple system. Obviously if you haven't got that connection, obviously it's not going to be operating. Okay. Insurance will be quite happy if you've got that, as long as it's working.
Yeah.
They will probably, it's an extra safety device. So obviously safety device means it should be lesser on your premium, as long as you've got that connected. Okay, gas. This will look probably different. You've got an onboard regulator, which you may not have had on your previous van. You would have had the regulator attached to the bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you will need a pigtail, which is this, to connect to whichever gas you're using. So that's my pigtail at the moment, connecting our gas to it.
Okay.
That's your regulator. That regulator you can use either propane or butane, so the red or your blue bottles.
Red we use. Yeah.
You can use either or on that regulator. But obviously your pigtail is depending on what cylinder you've got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we need to get one of those.
Yeah. So you can get, as you can see there, hand type 1, which will work really easy if you're using a lot of gas, or you just get the ordinary spanner type 1, which will be more awkward to get off, but there's a better connection.
Okay.
Alright?
Yeah.
Right, coming down this side. Right, so you've got your vent for your boiler, which is that. So when you operate on gas, I don't know if you can hear that, it's operating gas at the moment.
Yeah.
Hopefully warming up your van a bit quicker than what it was to start with. What you've also got, that's an external shower point. So inside your gas locker there's a shower head. You can plug into that, and obviously for washing boots, dogs, kids, whatever you want to wash with it.
That's good, yeah.
Okay. Obviously you need water in the van before you can do that. So to get water into the van, your normal routine is via this one here. So that just fills your onboard your boiler and your rescue tap system.
Yeah.
So you can just use that as you would on your last one. I don't know if you had an onboard tank on the last one or not.
No, we didn't. No. We had to use this, but a lot of people don't bother with that. They
go
directly connect to the tap, don't they?
Yeah, there's a lot of people do that. Yeah, well, if you're on seasonal pitch, it's probably worth considering that. Just be careful, make sure you get the correct connection that's got a reducer in it. Obviously, domestic pressure or on-site pressure can vary considerably, depending on how many people are using it. Obviously, overpressure can obviously cause damage if you're not careful. Okay, so if you want to use just direct to your hot water tank and your taps, go via that. Just to fill your tank, you see that says direct to tank.
Yeah.
So that you connect that to that, and that will fill your onboard tank via a button which is on the
just to the tank and not to the rest of the system.
Yeah, so that will fill your onboard tank. Okay. So normally, if you're not going to use a direct system, you're obviously using Yakko. What you can do is fill your onboard tank, especially for this time of year, if you don't want that to freeze. So you can fill your onboard tank and use the water inside.
I got you.
Or if you want to use the equivalent of 2 ACK rolls, so you use a bit more water than you normally would do, you can fill that first, then go and fill that back up, and then put that to there. So then you've got the equivalent of 2 ACK rolls.
Yeah.
So you either use that first, then you can switch across to the onboard tank, or the onboard tank, and switch across to that.
A little bit more stock on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so that's water in that. Obviously, as I said, that's your pipe. Battery, obviously that's where your battery fits. It shouldn't be much different, I wouldn't have thought, than your last one. And obviously 240 connection as well.
Yeah.
And you can just see behind there, it's got an external aerial point as well. So you can connect, if you've got on site, you've got a pitch that may have a bollard that's connected to it, external aerial.
Well, we had one fitted to the van, but we didn't have one. We've got one there, so we didn't need a bother.
Yeah, that's it, so you can put point straight into that. Okay, wastewater outlet, obviously the 2 openings there, going from the kitchen sink and the bathroom sink and the shower. So that's the outlet for wastewater there.
We'll have to get some wastewater pipes because it's a different size than ours.
Yeah, it probably is an older version.
Well,
usually have a smaller.
With there, see.
Yeah.
The waste.
Well, some they might have sticking out the back.
It's about here, see the waste where we plug into.
Yeah. So you might have come out the back or at the side. Toilet. This probably slightly different. You've got a flush tank up here. Right. So your flush tank might have been in the door with the waste.
No, similar.
Oh, it was the same, was it?
Yeah.
So pink chemical and water in there.
Yeah.
You've got your blue chemical in the waste cassette. This will probably be slightly different. To release it, just lift the handle. It should slide out easy. If it's not slide out easy, likelihood is waste gate has been left open.
Yeah.
Push it in, go inside, make sure it's closed. It should slide out easy. And that should slide back in there. So mechanism should be pretty similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've got the air bleed button there. Obviously, chemical in there or drain out through there. But what you've also got is wheelie and handle. Obviously, it makes it easier to
that's easier than our last one.
Yeah, that's it. You haven't got to lift. Well, obviously, you've got to lift it to empty it, but to cart it there is obviously makes it a lot easier. Then what you've also got, obviously, especially important this time of year, drain down for your flush tank.
Yeah.
Okay. So the best thing to do is flush it. Get the water out of the flush tank, probably into the container first.
Yeah.
Flush as much out as you can,
and then
just drain that last little bit via that.
Yeah.
Probably best not to try and drain all of it through there because you'll be there for a while.
Yeah.
Okay, and that just sits on that plastic ledge up there.
A good idea, that little pipe, because of my old caravan.
Yeah, little bung in the
Little
corner.
bung, so when you let go, if you weren't careful, it would all go back inside.
It would just go drip down there.
Yeah.
Useless. Yeah. So that, they
It
obviously
was a Bailey pageant board out. It was a very nice caravan, but a few years old.
Yeah. Well, obviously they've advanced a little bit, but obviously there's not too much on the back here. Obviously, apart from your winding spots. Yeah. Obviously, with being the posher version, it's got collars there, so you can follow that in. Yeah, instead of trying to lie down to try and find where you need to wind it.
Do I keep recording all the time? Is it okay?
Yeah, if you want to. Yeah. What we've also got down here, it's very important. Also, I've got my torque spanner here.
Yeah.
Very important to check the wheel nuts regularly. If you're going to leave it on site over a long period of time, make sure you check them before you take it off site. Because obviously someone may have been messing around with them, you never know, or obviously they can become loose if you're not careful as well.
Okay.
External points here, you've got electric.
Good.
So you can put electric into your oven if you want to, if you've got one.
That's ideal.
Gas barbecue point outlet.
Yeah.
Okay, so that obviously coming off the gas cylinders in your gas locker. Yeah. Also storage, external storage. You can see there it's also got the alarm box. Which is sitting there. I'll show you the fob in a minute.
Okay.
It takes 12 volts from your leisure battery.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got its own onboard battery. So the little battery inside there. So if you disconnect it will still be operating as long as you set it.
Yeah.
The other thing is it will charge back up again once you connect electric to it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on. Just one more thing while we're right here. Keys. Big key. There it is. Big key, one and a spare. That's your door.
Okay.
Little keys. They're the lockers. So we've got one or two of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they've just trying to see if all the numbers are the same. Looks like it. So you've got external locker keys. And you've got the two.
Yeah.
For the door. Alarm fob is this one here. So top button, torch.
Yeah.
Second button down, that's to set your alarm. Obviously it needs a bit of a charge at the moment by the sound of it.
Yeah.
So one beep on, two beeps off. So it's got a PIR sensor, so it senses movement inside, or tilt sensor, so if someone's winding it up, it can set the alarm off via that. Okay.
So by locking the door, coming out, pressing it once, the alarm's set.
Yeah.
Before you go in, 2 clicks and it's off.
That's it. So it's just one press each time, but it's just one beep. When it beeps once, that's on. Beeps twice, so it's just one press each time.
Oh, I see, but it's 2 beeps off.
2 beeps off.
Know.
That's it, yeah.
Right,
and also you see the side markers flash. Also, warning light remote as well. So you're approaching your caravan and coming back, you forgot to leave it on or whatever, it's gone dark, you can switch it on and off. What you can also do is switch it on manually just inside the door. But if you switch it on manually, you can't switch it off.
No, it's overrode.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you go out and it doesn't turn off because you've left it on.
Yeah. You've left it on, switched manually on. Okay, if you'd like to go inside before we freeze to death.
I get shouted at now for standing on the wife's clean carpets.
Yes. That's why I've got my skin.
Yeah.
That's why I'm taking my shoes off.
Taking your shoes off, are we?
I am, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
I'm not allowed to, trust me, not allowed to get me.
I've got dogs. So
We're very house proud.
Oh, yes.
We've got 2 dogs.
Yeah. The trouble New Year's Eve, my dogs went ballistic. Some person next door to us at I think it was 10 or half 10, decided to set a load of fireworks off, and it sounded like it was actually in the house. It was that loud.
Yeah.
Oh,
And the one dog, that was it.
Terrible.
They would just let them out, and they come flying back in.
Yeah.
And she was like,
Yeah.
Ali's the same, I tell you.
Terrible.
Yeah, she is.
Absolutely terrible. Terrified she was. She probably couldn't get out of the house again after that.
No, it
No,
takes
so-
ages to
Yeah.
settle them down, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
she was absolutely petrified. Right, we come back to the door again. Right, we've got the control panel at this end. So, your van works off 12 volt systems. Before, if you had the Pangent, you may have had a little switch here,
Yeah.
a little panel there,
Well,
like,
yeah,
or down.
whatever.
Yeah, so power switch, master switch 12 volt systems.
Okay.
Yeah, so obviously you need to switch that on when you come to use the van. Obviously it's all switched on then. What I just did then was just lit it back up again. Okay?
Yeah, it was already on. Like
Yeah,
that.
so it was already on because you can see obviously
Yeah.
lights and stuff working. View levels, if I press that one, it will light up obviously what we're trying to see. So you see fresh water is empty.
Yeah.
So your onboard tank that is empty.
Yeah.
So that'll show a level. When you first switch a water pump on, you're trying to prime the water systems, you may hear that start beeping. Because obviously it will still tell you, even if you're not going to use it, it will still tell you it's empty. You just press view levels and it will just shut it up. Press view levels again, you can see what the leisure battery is doing. So it's showing 14 volts because it's going through a charger.
Yeah.
And then this side, if the vehicle was attached, you would also see what that was showing as well. Water pump, as it says on it. So water pump switched on at the moment. Fill tank. Okay, so you can fill the tank via that button.
I see.
So you need to connect, obviously Acroll, full Acroll, connect to the top inlet that says direct to tank.
Yeah.
And you come in, obviously make sure the drain's closed before you do that, but then press fill tank, and that will fill your onboard tank. Okay, and obviously when you get, obviously keep an eye on it, and then you just have to switch it off when it gets to full. It has got an overflow, so it will overflow onto ground
So
underneath.
if we're on a, we set up our pitch now, slightly different than on
Yeah.
the camp. We're a rodent site.
Yeah.
So, and we're using the water system as normal.
It's up to you how you want to do it.
So
yeah.
we can just put the acro roll in as you've got it in the bottom bowl.
Yeah,
and it'll
and that's
work
it.
fine.
Yeah, that's it. You
Everything.
can just work it like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that'll do exactly the same as your last caravan. It'll bring the obviously by operating the taps, you bring the water to the tap, and it obviously fills a hot water tank from that system. Exactly the same as your last van.
Just doesn't use the internal tank.
Yeah, that's it. You don't have to use that. It's like it's not there.
No.
But if you do decide to use it, obviously I'll explain a bit more in a minute. But
like if you're away for the
that's it.
weekend using the caravan, you want a full tank. Take a full tank of water. That's
Possible,
ideal.
yeah.
If we were.
Yeah, you're probably better not to fill the tank before you travel because it's obviously extra weight on the nose.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
but obviously you have got a fairly hefty
Yeah.
vehicle if you need to do that. But the other advantage, as I said, outside is if it's really cold, the likelihood what's going to freeze is that pipe that's going into the Acroll.
Yeah.
So you just fill your onboard tank, bring that pipe in, because there is a pump internally that you can draw the water from the onboard tank then through two taps.
I see.
So it's like the Acroll sitting inside your van as such.
Yeah.
Okay. What we've also got, I'll just press view levels again just to light it back up in. That there is just to say we've got electric connected. So electric, that's your bollard. And that's just to say we've got leisure battery connected. If your car was attached still on site, you could draw power through that. Well, I'm pretty sure that'd be on the grey side. You could actually
We don't do that,
you could actually connect to your vehicle battery if you really want to do. But flattening that battery, you're in trouble.
Turn the fridge on for 10 minutes. It's done, isn't it?
Yeah, you're going to be in trouble. Okay.
No. As soon as we get to site, we just disconnect and join to it.
That's it. Yeah, you put once you got your 240, that's it. Away you go.
Yeah.
You run off that instead of battery.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So next thing we'll look at is just underneath here. This is where the onboard tank is hiding. All situated. Wonderful. That's it. Right. Your boiler is sitting in that corner there. So it may be in a similar place that you had your last one.
Yeah.
That black box there, that is your fresh water tank, onboard tank.
Got you.
Okay, if you can see, you've got two drain downs. I would have thought on your Bailey you'd be something similar to them.
It was 2001, so the drain down system was on the internal tank.
Right. So
There was only one drain.
you would have had something similar to that, a yellow lever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the inside.
Yeah, but was it underneath
Under the
that-
bed. It was
yeah.
under the bed, like.
Oh, under the bed, yeah. So the one on the left, that drains down your water system and your boiler. Okay, on the left hand side. The right hand side one is your onboard tank. Yeah, so that's just your onboard tank.
So that position where they are now, in line.
Yeah, that's closed.
That's closed.
Yeah, so that's obviously allows the water to run around the system.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if it's pointing upwards, the water will just drain straight down onto the ground underneath you.
Gone.
Okay. What you've also got, see this lever here,
Yeah.
or that switch, that is directional. So at the moment it's pointing. It's difficult. Most times the sink's on this side, so you say, right, it's pointing towards the taps. But obviously in the horizontal position, pointing that way, is drawing water from the Acroll outside.
Right.
It does tell you here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the internal tank. So it's pointing down. If you want the internal tank, which is that one, you just turn it and point it downwards.
Yeah.
Okay, then you'll be drawing water from that tank, as obviously as long as you put water in it in the first place, and that will then take water to your hot water tank and your taps. If you want to just use the Akrol from outside, point it that way, that will take the water from the Akrol to fill your hot water tank and your taps. That way. Okay, so without, you know, bypassing that, you're not using, excuse me, not using that. Or, as I said outside, if you want to fill that tank first, then go and fill your Akrol back up, connect it to the bottom one, then you've got the equivalent of 2. So,
Yeah.
say you use a shower on board, you could use the Akrol first. If you run out of water, someone will have to turn it.
No, well, what we've got on the site is, with the Akrol, we've just got a ballcock system in the Akrol.
Yeah, that's as good as any. That's as good
so
as any.
we use-
So you just wouldn't need the onboard tank anyway.
Just don't use
Yeah,
it.
just
It's
stick
exactly
it-
the same with the one you're
Yeah.
fitted in, really.
Exactly the same, yeah. Exactly
Turn
the
it
same.
all on, and away it goes.
Yeah, exactly the same.
Heats
And
the
it-
water. The
and
only
it-
thing it doesn't do is fill the internal tank.
Yeah, that's it. You won't touch that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you just leave it as it is, as you were using it before.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay.
So in winter conditions,
Yeah.
now, to drain down with no water connected on the outside and power turned off,
Yeah.
you just literally
Just lift them 2.
lift
You can see
them
it says
two.
here, look to drain. So
Yeah.
you just lift 2,
Yeah.
and then that one as long as that's in that position, then open all the taps to centre
And
and allow it to drain
gravity
down.
comes out.
What I tend to do is use it. Well, every time I do anyway. But if it's the last time you're going to be using that before winter,
Yeah.
as you're coming back. So what my wife tends to do is jump out as we get to the gate of the site.
Yeah.
She jumps in, opens all them up, opens all the taps up. As we drive home, that
It comes out, yeah.
Yeah.
bit of
everything.
extra movement
Yeah.
just help it to drain down.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So to fill your water system will be exactly the same as your last one. So before you switch that water pump on, switch on.
Yeah.
Make sure all the taps are closed
Yeah.
Yeah.
and the taps in the correct position. You can see that tap there; that can move anywhere.
Yeah.
And
So
if
it
you left
doesn't
that
spray
open,
everywhere, yeah.
if you left that open, there's going to be water going all over the cooker or elsewhere. Make sure these, obviously, the drain downs are closed. Otherwise, your water's just going to go straight from the Akrol straight on the ground underneath, and you just wasted all the effort of going to get the water.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So exactly the same. Just open up the tap.
Yeah.
So I always start on the cold side. Just get the water system because that's obviously quicker from the Akrol to there.
Yeah.
So get all the air out. Once it stops spluttering, I then turn it across to the hot side.
Yeah.
That will then fill the hot water tank. Okay, I've obviously already primed it.
Yeah.
So you'll have a lot of spluttering on the hot side for a
Yeah,
while
till it's filled.
yeah, you can see it's got a bit of heat on there now. Obviously, it's not instant heat, so I'm going to explain a bit about the heating next. But obviously, it's exactly the same as your last one. It'll take a while
Yeah.
for it to warm up.
Yeah.
Obviously, before you get hot water. Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, do the same with each tap. Obviously, you hear the pump, which
Yeah,
is on board,
yeah.
is making the noise. If you leave, it's pressurised, so any air that's left in there, the pump will continue to run
Until it's.
until it's pressurised.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, once it's got water in it, it obviously switches off quicker.
Yeah.
If it's got air, it obviously takes a longer time to, just as the air compressor kicks up outside. Obviously, nothing to do with your van. But yeah, if you've left air in the system, you'll
Yeah,
hear the pump
yeah,
run,
yeah,
especially
so-
in the middle of the night. That you can hear that running.
So the hot water off and on, is it automatic? So that once you're all plugged in and the electric's all on, the hot water comes on automatically.
No, you need to switch it on, which I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I've obviously had this up and running
I see.
just to make sure everything's okay. Right. So heating system is this control panel here. Before you had a boiler and a fire separate.
Yeah.
Obviously you haven't now. You've got one unit that heats the water and the radiator system, which is going around the van.
Got you.
On-off button is that one there.
Yeah.
Okay. On the main screen is showing at the moment that circulation icon there. That's the circulation pump. So that's circulating your heating around your van like a domestic system. That there is to indicate, that little plug is indicating you've got electric available. It's not necessarily you've selected electric at that point. It's just say you've got electric there.
Yeah.
So if you look at the consuming unit this side, which is quite handy there, heating the hot water. If I switch that off, have a look on there now. There's no plug there.
I see.
So if I'd selected electric to use, there's no electric to use because I haven't switched it on.
Got you.
So orange button, switch that on. Little plug is there. We can select electric now. At that particular moment, then it was just using gas because that's what I selected. Right. So what we've also got is room temperature. Okay. If you want to change anything, press the menu button. Comes up with your next screen. So to set your thermostat, you can go as high as 30 degrees if you want to.
Sounds
If that's,
good.
yeah, is that warm enough? Or you can obviously set it as low as 5 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I want to show you, promise we've got to go that far down because it's that obviously not that warm here in the moment. So, say in the summer you obviously don't want the heating running. going to do that. Obviously, I'm setting the thermostat quite low now. Going to go off?
It should turn off.
Yeah, it should turn off. Oh, I'm going to have to go right down. You want to play today? Oh, it's either that or someone sitting on continuous. Yeah. That's why it wasn't going off.
So now it should
right.
go off.
Yeah, it should have gone off now. There we go. So obviously thermostatically controlled at the, as I've set at the moment.
Yeah.
Obviously until you go above.
Yeah, it switches back in again.
Yeah. So once it gets the temperature, it will switch the circulation pump off until it drops, say 2 or 3 degrees below the temperature. Then it will come back in again. So
yeah.
you can keep it on roughly on the same temperature all the way through. So what you've got this one. So you can't actually switch water heating off. As soon as you switch this system on and put any energy on, it will start heating that boiler up.
Yeah.
There's no panic, there's no worry that if you haven't got any water in that boiler,
it doesn't.
It's not going to blow it like your previous boiler.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a totally different system. It will operate, because it's a unit, one unit does both, you can operate the heating system without water being in the boiler. Not in the heating system, you can't, if there's nothing in that you're in trouble. There shouldn't be anyway, but hot water tank does not have to be filled for this system to be operating. So even though it will switch, as I said there, the water heating will already be operating.
Yeah.
There's no danger of it damaging it. If it overheats, it will just switch the system off anyway, because it's got a safety system on it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is normal running for your water heating. So that temperature that's coming out there, that was what your normal running is. So that's quite hot. If you want to, you can boost it. If I press that, that will boost the system. I don't know if you just heard the pump go off then.
Yeah.
So if you want extra hot water, or you want hot water quicker, you press it plus, that will boost the system for approximately 30 minutes. What it will also do is turn the circulation pump off, because it wants all the heat in the boiler, not wandering off round about. Okay, so that will operate for 30 minutes, or you can either switch it back off manually, or it will automatically switch back after 30 minutes. At that point, in theory, it should allow the heater to come back on. Yeah. As long as it's within the temperature range that you've selected. Okay. Yeah. So what you've got. If you wanted to say use the shower, you're probably better to boost that half an hour before you decide you want to use the shower, not 5 minutes before you want, or while you're using it. Yeah. So it's giving you it's not superheating it, but it's giving it extra heat in that boiler. Yeah. What you've still got to remember is, as soon as you start using it, you've got a 10 litre container of hot water. It will soon go plus. As it's obviously draining the hot water off, it's topping up with cold water. Yeah. So the temperature, when it gets to a certain point, the temperature will drop quite quickly. Okay? Yeah. I thought you use the facilities on site. Yeah. Right. Energy-wise, right, that's all energy off. You can operate on electric. So you've got options of 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatt, 3 kilowatt. Okay? Right. So you can imagine like a 3-bar fire. Yeah. 1 kilowatt obviously is not a huge amount of energy. No. 3 kilowatt obviously a lot more energy. And what you've also got is gas as well, or gas on its own, depending on how you want to operate it. In this weather, or this time of year, if you imagine, say, 2 kilowatts is not a huge amount of energy. No. You compare that to home and a kettle. Yeah. It's trying to heat up, what, 1.5 litres of water? Yeah. It's not trying to heat the kitchen. Yeah. Okay, so that 2 kilowatts that's all it's doing. Yeah. 2 kilowatt is probably okay in the summer, because all you're probably likely to be doing is heating the water. Yeah. Not really much heat in the room. It will still give you heat in the room, but obviously in the summer it cools down a little bit at night, but not to freezing temperatures. So in the winter, 2 kilowatts, as I said, is not a huge amount of energy. You're trying to heat this room up, and the boiler, which is 10 litres of water. So it's about 5 times as much as your kettle, trying to be heated up. So first thing is, it will take longer to warm up. Okay? Or it might take, if you try and select 30 degrees, 2 kilowatts is not going to get there on 2 kilowatts. So what you're best to do is operate on both. So what that will do, one, it will heat up quicker, because obviously gas is a huge amount of energy anyway. Yeah. You put it on with electric as well, then what it will do, because it is prioritised to electric, it will get to temperature using both energies, then it will switch the gas off. It will tick over quite nicely on electric then, unless you use all the hot water, or someone leaves the door wide open, temperature drops, gas kicks back in alongside electric, brings it back up to temperature, and gas will then shut off again. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. So it's not using the gas all the time, but you may... just try it. You know, if you do go away this time of year, just try it. If 3 kilowatts in, you're not warm enough, put gas alongside it, and then it will boost it up.
Generally, like, if we're going to do the same as what we have been doing for the last couple of years, we go to site, we plug it in, we generally leave it there, just put it on 3 kilowatt on, because it doesn't... you're just using an input, so we just plug in, don't we?
Yeah, well, that's it. If you, when you're on site, you tend to use electric anyway, don't you?
Yeah.
And once you're on site for that period of time, you tend to leave. If you leave it on thermostat, it will, it'll tick over quite nicely, keeping it warm.
Yeah.
So you don't want to really be trying to warm it back up again from zero as such.
No.
Keep it ticking over.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
That's good, yeah.
Right, there is further menu. I don't know if you want me to go through that as well. I can just show you what the icons are and what they do. But this is your basic. So as long as you're happy with this, obviously you can increase the temperature of your thermostat or decrease it. Water heating is set. Yeah. Or boost if you press that, or not. Then
and the boost just generally lasts for 30
minutes.
And then turns off back to normal.
Yeah, automatically back. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to go through the further menu? Or?
Not really. No.
No, because obviously there are manuals and stuff like that for these things.
Yeah, no.
And there's also videos on YouTube anyway. Aldi themselves have got their own videos on there.
Yeah.
So if
that's general. Dare I say that's all we need to.
Yeah, well that's it. Once you're on site, there are timers and other things on there if you wanted to play with them. Yeah. But most people just want to play it. Once you've set it, once you go on site, you set it. That's it.
Once you've got that set.
Yeah, you don't need to touch it then.
Really?
That's it. Unless you think, I just want to warm it up a little bit more than what it is, perhaps. But
so if that's just set like that,
yeah,
and we're leaving for the week. We're going home, and we power off on that switchboard there.
Yeah.
Turn off because that's just off on there as well. Isn't
that's a 12 volt. Yeah, it's a 12 volt systems on off there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll switch your 12 volt systems off, not your 240 systems.
So the 240 system then has got to be turned off by unplugging.
Yeah. Well, you can obviously got the
you
got that there. If you can just put your trips off wherever they are there, and that will obviously. But you've obviously still got to connect it. It all depends on what your site says. You're probably safer.
See,
if you're leaving it for a period of time, you're better off.
We disconnect the lead because they cut the grass. See, because the actual bollard is a metre on the grass.
If you're leaving it for a period of time, it's best to disconnect it.
So once I've disconnected that, really, it turns it off anyway.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, once you've taken power away from it, the van, you're not going to have any power there.
Turning that back on again, coming back in, turning the 12 volt system back on again.
Yeah.
And away you go. Turn the water.
That's it. Fill the top of the water.
Well, we don't disconnect the water. No. It's all I do is
turn it off.
Turn the plug off. Turn the hose tap off. So
that's it. Yeah.
You know, so we're not.
Yeah, because you don't want any water coming in where you don't.
No.
But there again, if it's on the pump outside anyway, it won't fill the van.
No.
Anyway, you just flood the pitch if anything, if it overflows, if you left it switched off.
Yeah.
Okay, happy with that?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, good. Right. Other appliances we've got. Fridge. This may be slightly different than your last one.
Yes.
I remember hearing you saying something about battery and fridge. The battery icon on that is 12 volts coming from your car.
Yeah.
Okay. The 12 volts is on that grey side again. So the grey side, your vehicle will not power this.
No.
And all it will do anyway is just maintain the temperature in that, acting a bit like a cooler box rather than cooling it down.
Yeah.
So if you want to travel with this cold, you need to cool it down first. Then before you travel, then you switch it on select battery, and then that's coming 12 volts from the car again if you've got the grey side connected. Okay.
Yep.
That's the on-off button there. Just press and hold, that switches it on and off. It's running on electric at the moment. If you want to fire it up on gas, that's how you get gas.
Yeah.
Okay, it will let you know if it fails. Okay, it will start buzzing at you, which I'll show you that on a 12 volt now. So that's failure. So 12 volt failure is because it's not connected to the car and the engine's not running. So that's why it's detecting there's no energy there available. That will also do that. If it's making that noise and flashing on gas, that means it hasn't lit. Okay, so first you need to check you have turned your gas on. You have got gas, so you could fire your cook up just to make sure you have got gas running.
Yeah.
And then all you do is just press that button there, and that will reattempt to light it. If you haven't used it for a while, there may be a bit of air in the system, or you've changed the gas cylinder recently. So it may take 2 or 3 attempts to light it.
And we just generally strike it up on gas just for 2 or 3 hours when we get there.
Yeah.
And then switch it back to electric because it just goes cold a bit.
Yes. Oh yeah. It's obviously they were designed as a gas appliance.
Yeah.
It's just a secondary energy is electric, but most people, especially in this country, will use it on electric anyway, because you don't want to be using your gas if you've got free electric on site.
It's all the electric's free, see, so we generally
in a general way, yeah. But you're not going to be using you'll be filling your gas every 5 minutes. Right. Temperature wise is that one there. So all 5 lit. That's the coldest setting for your fridge. Pressing that button, depending on where you want it set. 2 or 3 is about average for this country.
Yeah.
Okay. Then to operate, open it even. Just press down on that. You can, I think on this one, just check. Just take the label off. Normally there's a label there. Obviously this is a slightly older van, but some people still leave the label. What you can do is take that out. You can take the the icebox out.
Right.
So all it is a shelf on the door. So if you want a taller fridge, you can
Yeah,
actually take
yeah.
that out. Or, but when you're in storage, because obviously around the seal, that can gain mould. Obviously, if the door's been left shut,
Yeah.
around the seal.